so I'm gonna not do what I expect. And then they go, that's really funny, now get the real life because we have a deadline. But every now and again, we'll actually make it into the final cut because the director likes it. When we were doing Space Dandy, and I was playing, the part I was going to play, a genius space gorilla in a pimp suit. You know, and he's got this great deep voice, you know, he's very, you know, whatever. And at some point, like, there's his double is standing behind, and it's just this quick shot where like, it pans over, and there's this another version of himself. And I guess the original line was, "Hello, Doctor," and then that's like the end of the episode. It's like, "Oh, what's happening?" You know, because it's Space Dandy. It makes no sense. And God, I love it for that. But I just kind of did this thing where I was like, "Hello, sexy." And Joel, the director, Joel McDonald, was like, "That's what's going in the episode. That's hilarious." I love that. He's like, "Awesome. Okay." Every now and again, a blooper will make it in as the line, but only obviously it's a comedy. Best part of playing Tomoe? Just being really sassy. Like, I love Tomoe because that attitude, I embraced it. What's happening to me? Oh, I just faded out. It's really weird. There's two of me. Hello, sexy. There's also a delay, so I'm like, is that me? It is me, but it's like, hi. Hi. Hello. I'm waiting for it to get ahead of me. Then I'll know I'm ready to mention. What was the question? Oh yeah, Tomoe is just really sassy. It's really fun, but I love that story. I feel like Tomoe is Sebastian in another life. Like, I want to see a buddy movie where the two of them get together and be like, "Your master, my master." What?
Like Sebastian but a furry.
Sebastian but a furry? Tomoe's not a furry. He's an actual foxconn, so I don't think that counts as a furry because it's not a costume for him. It's like, no, this actually is me. I am in every sense but physical a fox. Oh, he looks still. No, take that back. I'm a fox. Don't be shy. He's got another question. I don't paint as much because it's messy as hell. Thank you. It was acrylic pouring is kind of my jam. It's kind of fun. I just, you know what? I found a YouTube video about it, and I was like, well, that looks fun. And I was just looking for something I wanted to decorate our bedroom, but I couldn't find the thing. Whatever the style I was looking for, I couldn't find. So I was like, well, I'll just make something. Let's see what happens. And so I put some stuff together, and I found that acrylic pour tutorial on YouTube, which is thousands of them. There's this whole community of people that do acrylic pours and cool things with that. I was like, oh, it's just fun. It's mesmerizing. If you ever need to like calm down if you have anxiety, like I do, just type in a tutorial for acrylic pouring, and you're like, oh, this is great. I can do this all day. Okay, just watch this, and it's so calming. It's so centering, and just doing it. I really didn't do it necessarily for the end result. I thought I was doing it because I wanted it to be look. Instead, I was like, I just like doing this because it's very zen. I like doing a rock art. So yeah, but I think I just kind of moved on to other things. It's when I discovered music again, got back into composing, that I was like, okay, it's kind of, music has become a full-fledged obsession now. I'm upstairs in my room composing. Before I came down, I was like, oh, I should probably get down there because my panel starts in 5 minutes. Composing the symphony and do your job. So yeah, I think that's kind of where my creative energies are going. So I'll probably get back into painting eventually, but right now it's like music. I'm very one-track minded. Not Brandon. Brandon can spin like 500 plates at once and be amazing at all of them, and I have to really focus to be just passable at one thing. So like, oh, my energy into this thing. So, yeah. Did you have your hand up?
Yeah, okay. If you had to make your own like anime with your own character and your own plot, what would you do?
I think it would be really fascinating if someone, not me, did an anime version of a Virginia Woolf novel called Orlando, which I think I've been asked that question before, and I love Orlando because it's a really fascinating comic book, but it's very high art, it's very literary, it's Virginia Woolf, so of course it's quite a read. But it's about a young noble boy growing up in Elizabethan England who finds out that he's immortal, And about halfway through the 3 or 4 centuries that the book encompasses, he wakes up to find, oh, he's a woman. And things change. Suddenly he's not the owner of his estate anymore because he's not legally. So it's a really interesting look at the disparity between the sexes, especially throughout history, told through the protagonist who is both immortal and who is I guess, gender fluid, for want of a better word, because like he becomes a she without meaning to. It's just like, oh, it's just kind of like Ronald One Half, but it was written by a British author. And which I'm all for, but it was really cool, and I think it'd make a really great anime, and I would love to see what they could do with that, because it would make a great long-form series. There's been a movie, and the movie's good, but of course the book is so much richer, because there's just so much more space and time in the book, but I would love for someone to do an anime of that. I'd be really picky. I'd be like, no, you can't do that, there can't be a Hot Springs episode, guys. No filler. And I would love to play one of the incarnations. So, highly recommend that book for anyone that's interested in lit. It's one of my personal favorites. It's kind of Virginia Woolf, who's a very serious modernist author. It's her only attempted book we would call now like sci-fi fantasy, and it's beautiful. It's just such a great and very observant book. Like, Virginia Woolf is sharp. She can do her stuff. Yeah, who's gonna have a question?
What would you say was the most crazy pet you ever had?
The craziest pet I had was an octopus. Yeah, I was 16 and a friend, 14, 15, before I could drop. I think 14 or 15. And a friend of mine who had an octopus was leaving town for a few months, and octopuses, octopi, octopodes, whatever the plural form is, they can't say it. Needed to be watched. They're very, they need specific care. So you can't just like leave them and have someone come house and like feed them fish food every couple of hours or once a day. So he's like, hey, you just want my octopus for a few months while I'm gone for the summer. And I was like, okay, I guess I own an octopus now. And it's a weird creature. Weird, angry creature. Did not like me, did not like living in our house. Missed his dad. So he tried to get out all the time. And it was a joke. My friend always said, he's like, the octopus, they can get out and they can survive outside of water for a bit. So be careful. And I'm like, shh, whatever, it's a fish. Came home and the damn thing is crawling across my desk. Oh! That moment where we all have it, when something happens, you're like, after the initial shock wears off, you're like, well, what do I do now? There's no, what do I do? I'm like, I guess I'm just gonna try to pick him up, plop him back in his saltwater tank. Ew. And you're like, I gotta do sound effects here. It's just like, and then, oh, that's what I just need, a giant picture of my face. Thanks, guys. So I pick him up, and he would just cling to me, and he wouldn't let go when I tried to put him back in his tank. He didn't want to be there. And so I was like, oh, but if I put him back down on the desk, he'd be like, okay. It was like this standoff. It was like an octopus. So finally, all I could think to do was like, all right, I'm gonna go get a bowl, like a big sea bowl. I never told my mom this. And because he wasn't a big octopus, he wasn't like, he was like big enough to fit in, about the size to fit my hand and maybe spill over a little bit. He was just he was normal sized octopus, not the giant kind. That would have been far worse. I would have come home and he wouldn't have just been out, he would have like taken things, pawned them. There's change missing. So I got this mixing bowl and I kind of filled it with the water from his tank, and then I just kind of plopped him into the water, but let him stay where he was, and he at least expected I just kind of poured him into the bowl, into the tank, and he was like, and he got really mad. He changed colors depending on his emotional state. They're camouflage. They have camouflage abilities. And he would turn, and my friend made this chart of like the colors he tended to be and what that signified. And it blue, like a deep blue, and then he was pissed. So I just poured him into the tank and he just went deep blue, like the color of these curtains, and I was like, it's right, I don't care, that's where you belong, you're gonna die. I can't afford to replace you if you die. And so that was the whole time. And he took a pencil with him, I should he took a pencil with him and he wouldn't let go of it, and it just kind of went up in the tank. And anytime I opened up the tank after that to feed him, which by the way was locked thereafter, I would unlock it, open the tank to feed him, and he would immediately grab that pencil. I half expected to like wake up in the night to a tapping sound and turn on the light and just see the pencil. Yeah, his name was Chewy. Hulu. Only at an anime con can you reference an elder god from a Lovecraftian horror cosmos and people go, aww. I kind of love that though. Oh, Cthulhu, the demon god that wants to kill all humanity. I get it though, I get it. Alright, who's got another question? Yes.
My knowledge of music and composing is extremely limited, but I can never seem to wrap my head around that. When you're composing and thinking up music and stuff like that, do you have something running through your mind, or are you just feeling the music out? Or how does that go?
Usually my process, and this is kind of I'm simplifying it terribly, because I don't always follow my process. Sometimes I'm like, well, this is what I start doing, and then it becomes something very different. But I'm a big believer in just kind of finding it, like starting with a game plan and seeing what happens. But I'll sit there and be like, okay, well, I'll be messing around with the piano. I'm like, well, I like that sound, let's write it down. And that'll be my seed, my germ of an idea. And I'm like, okay, now what can I do to make that into a larger piece? Okay, well, I can do this, and I just write down, different versions of it. I try to write like a list of variations on what I've done. Like, how can I connect these? How can I whatever? And then I'll just come up with a game plan. I'm like, all right, well, I want to do this, and I want to do this. Oh, but I'll give myself limitations. Like, okay, I want to take this theme, but I want to modulate to a remote key. I want to modulate, and I want the bridge to be twice as long as this. And I'm like, I have to do it, and I'm not allowed to use these particular notes, but only this one. So I'll give myself little game challenges. So I'll make it like a game. I'm like, okay, let's make a rhythm game. Okay, well, I want one instrument to have this rhythm, but that rhythm only occurs if this rhythm occurs down here in this piece. And then so I give myself rules. And if I don't like the sound, then I'll scrap something. I'll be like, well, maybe I just move this a little right or left, or maybe replace that pitch with this pitch, or maybe use this instrument for this one. And eventually something grows out of it. And then once I've got some of the basic of like a good 12-bar phrase or like a theme, then I'm like, okay, now I got something. And I'll just listen to it until other ideas start springing up out of that little result that just came about. Me going, I want to write something in a minor key that sounds happy. Let's try that. Let's write a tango rhythm, but let's do a polyrhythm over that and see what it sounds like. Well, that's kind of cool. I didn't even know I could do that. All right, what if I did this? And so I start with something very basic and just give myself rules to follow that I have to abide by, and just to see what it sounds like. And if I like the result, I'll carry it on. It's just a process. The longest thing I've written to date is 20 minutes long, and that's an achievement for me. And the shortest thing I've written is 30 seconds. Cool. So I'll be like, I want to write 100 bars of this. There's a game I played recently where I was like, I want to do something golden ratio. So I'm like, I'm going to use the golden ratio as my inspiration. I don't know what the golden ratio is like that, so I can't explain it to the panel. But I was like, somehow I want to use the golden ratio as like the theme for what I'm going to do. So I want, okay, that means I want the theme to be this long, but then I want the bridge to be this long, and so it kind of forms kind of a spiral. If you ever kind of step back, you'd see the music kind of form this spiral. Let's see if I can do that. What does that sound like? So I just give myself games to play. See what happens. See, do you compose? Play?
No, I tried messing with the guitar for a little bit, and I did not have talent.
You gotta keep at it. No one has the talent until they've done it for a while. You have to my teacher used to love to say you have to dig through a lot of dirt for gold. So you have a lot of bad pieces to write. You just gotta get it out of your system. That's how you familiarize yourself with your basic materials. Anyone that's in any kind of art at all, whether it be writing or sculpting or painting, acting, you have to commit to doing a lot of bad work for a long time. It's a little life lesson for all of you. Because there's this thing we call, people like writers have it all the time. Writer's block. Oh, I just can't write anymore. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. It's artist block, but it's not a real thing. It's perfectionism, and you don't want to write it because you don't want to commit to what you're doing because you're afraid it's not as good as you want it to be. And you can't say, I'm like, you gotta let it not, in order to really get through something, you gotta let it be as shitty as possible first. And so you can finish it. Let it be crap. Let it be total crap, but let it be done. And then go back to it later, because it's always easier to go back to something you thought wasn't very good and make it good once you've got the whole piece in front of you. But if you're gonna write like a short story, but you keep getting stuck in the first paragraph because that paragraph isn't golden, you'll never get done. And so this is kind of, I've had to abandon the idea of perfectionism. That's the block. Like, it has to be perfect. No one wants perfect. Art isn't about being perfect. We want perfect. Be a scientist for cancer. That's where we need perfectionism. But art is not about that. Art, my teacher was also very fond of saying the craft kind of knows what it's doing. Craft is like, okay, I have this piece, I'm going to create this. And craft is learning how to do it like that. And you need craft. But art is, I'm going to start with this, but I'm going to see where it takes me. Art doesn't know how it's going to craft does, and that's the difference. And from an acting or a writing standpoint, craft kind of speaks to experience, and art creates new experiences. You can only do that by really giving yourself over to this idea of, I've got to let it not be good. I've got to get over this idea of it's crap or whatever and let it be bad so that it can get good. You just have to. So you've got to write that piece that you're like, oh, that's such crap. But then you'll come back to it later. I mean, it's happened to me dozens of times where I'll write something or paint something or whatever. That's awful. That was a waste of a month or however long it took me. And then I'll come back to it after a year and be like, I did that? That's a lot better than I thought. Because you were hearing it through different ears when you first made it, or you're seeing it through different eyes. And you've changed as a person, and you go back and go like, oh, I did that. Oh, well, that's not half bad. If I just did this here, I've got something that I think is good. Like, really good. But it's done. Because it's done, you have so much more to work with. But until you can get something done, you're never ever going to, it's never going to get good. The only way to get it done is to let it be crappy first. So for those of you writing that draft, or writing that play, or drawing that painting, or painting that painting, drawing that picture, or whatever, get it done. Force yourself to be done. Give yourself deadlines. Like, whatever else happens, I gotta be done with this in a month. Even if it's absolute crap, I'm gonna be done by this date. And then get it done, because then you can go back to it later. You're like, okay, this is a lot easier now that I've got the hard parts out of the way. Come back and be an artist. You can't be an artist until you're a craftsman first. Craftsman means you make crap. Does that make sense? Yeah, life lessons. Yes.
That apple story is hysterical. Do you have any hysterical stories about your dogs?
We have 2 dogs now. We have 2 French bulldogs, Genji and Gus. No, Genji is not named for the Overwatch character. Sorry. I didn't even know Genji was an Overwatch character. I'm not much of a gamer, so I didn't really know about it. But Genji got his name from it's the oldest novel ever written. It's a Japanese work called The Tale of Genji. And I'm a big lit nerd, and Brandon, my fiance, is a big Japanese linguistics nerd, and so that seemed like a good intersection of both our interests. So I'm like, let's name the dog Genji. We thought we wanted to name him something French sounding as a French bulldog, but there's not a lot of good French names for dogs. Like, you're gonna name a dog Pierre or André. This doesn't quite work. André, Paul, Pierre. You just can't. Doesn't quite work. And so we were thinking we almost named him Corbeau, which was the French architect's nickname. Le Corbusier used to be called Corbeau. And we're like, that's kind of fun. That's a cute name. But then we're just we saw he's sitting there in front of us, this gorgeous little puppy. We just got him on the bookshelf next to where his bed happened to be was this giant thick tome of a translation of The Tale of Genji, and I was like, his name's Genji. And Brandon did the same thing. Yes, it is. Now he's Genji. And then we kind of knew that his brother's name was going to be Gus, 2 years ago, before we ever got him. We're going to get another French bulldog and we're going to name him Gus, because Genji and Gus, I mean, come on. It sounds like a buddy cop show. Adventures of Genji and Gus. And it's funny, because Genji is now 4.5 years old, which is about middle-aged for a French bulldog. So it's like me. Grumpy, don't want to do stuff. And now he has this little brother. It's actually his nephew. It's his brother's kid. But, little brother. And so comes this dog, this cute, teething puppy that just has all the energy and wants to play, and Genji will be like, Gus will come up and just latch onto his folds and hang off his folds with his mouth, and Genji just takes it because he's like, whatever. And eventually he'll just be like, smack! Gus goes rolling up. He's like, hi, we're playing now, and he'll come back. Gus just does not stop. And Genji will be like, oh my god, leave me alone, until Genji will jump up on the couch where Gus can't get. And She's like, barf, 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 barf. And Gidget looks at us like, can you make him stop, please? So they're super cute. They have such personality. Frenchies they're a very selfish breed. Like they're not. Someone once described them as they are far more interested in being pleased than pleasing you, and it's very true. They're very regal dogs in the sense that they're like, oh, that's something that makes you happy. That's nice. How about you do the thing that makes me happy? They're more like, they're kind of like cats, but they're a little more affectionate than cats. But I don't know. But they're also bulldogs, and I love the bully breeds because I love that look. They're stocky and they're quick and they make snorts and farts and everything. And it's just, I love it. I talk too much. Oh, I've got time for a few more questions. That's not. Oh, I take back all the things I said. That's really. On singing? My thoughts on Free? Oh, the show? I love it. I was on swim team when I was in high school, and butterfly was my stroke. I wasn't as good. I was more like, I ended where Ray started. Like, it was a good day if I didn't sink to the bottom. But I had to take an athletic credit, so for like a year or two, I was like, oh, I'm going to swim really in the water. And I erroneously thought like swim class was just, oh, we're just going to play in the water all day. Like when we were kids, they make you do stuff. Awful. But I got really into Free, but I got to work on it as an adaptive writer as well. And the second to last episode of the second season, they realize, oh, this is the last time we're going to swim together. It's tomorrow, and they all start having this emotional, like, I'm sorry, like Ray starts crying, and I almost said Honey Senpai starts crying.
Or an shell.
And they all just kind of sniffle and have this really emotional moment. And I'm just like, watching a grown man watching this show to adapt it, and I start crying. I'm like, oh my God, it's so true. I'm in there. And it's a long time because everything's going to change for me now. And I just laugh at myself, going, how is this working? How does this get me? But it does. It's a very sweet show. I like shows about friendship and teamwork and stuff, especially when the dynamic is just right. Like everyone in that group like has a function, and their quirks and their all the things about them that maybe they don't like fits perfectly within that group, and so they have a place.
So two parts of this question.
Okay.
Do you use Tapas or Webtoons, like the apps? And do you have a favorite from those apps?
Wait, what?
There are two apps that I have on my phone called Webtoons Comics and Tapas, T-A-P-A-S.
What do they do?
They're Korean webtoons.
Oh, they're Korean webtoons. Okay, this is a new thing for me. You're like opening the gates to a new world for me. I've never experienced this.
Dozens of apps to choose from.
Those are just the two that I'm part of this.
So like, what do you use it for?